Do you have any interesting insights of the market from the early years? Like, what did you learn about restaurants and cafes or
So
the founders?
early years when we started out, right, we used to give the product for free, right?
Hmm.
People weren't ready to take the product for free also because it's a cloud-based product, right?
Hmm.
So you needed the internet. Now they'd say internet is 1,500 rupees into 12, so 18,000. I don't want to buy it, right? And there are chains today who didn't let us, who use petpooja today, who didn't give us a seat in their office, and so and Geo actually changed a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
that, yeah. So always thankful to them for the kind of internet adoption they
Yeah,
brought,
yeah, yeah.
right? And that's when the cloud technology wave started. The other insight was why cloud was adopted was people, the owners galle nata besta, right? So owners didn't want to sit at the restaurant all day to monitor what's happening. Especially the next generation definitely did not want to,
Yeah.
right? So, but they want to monitor what's happening,
Yeah.
right? And which
Yeah.
is when you need the cloud. Actually, you can't do it on a local software kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is when the transition happened. So.
Any other challenges apart from that, like except for resistance from the owners?
Yeah, challenges though, I mean, we've always had competition that was better funded than us, significantly better funded. So one of our competition was funded by Zomato, Swiggy, Tiger Global, and Sequoia. Right.
Wow.
So
All the
and,
biggies.
yeah, all the biggies, right? The other competition was funded by PayU, Naspers, Google, and one more, I forget. So, and we've always been the least capitalized of all of them, right? Zomato at one point had its own POS, point of sale software. That's what we deal in, right? And so we've always faced competition that was better funded than us, that was ready to throw money to make things happen. But we've survived that. Second is coming from Ahmedabad, people don't, as a tech business, people don't take you as seriously. Somehow they feel that Ahmedabad Madhi is software ke bana. But I mean, it's very myopic thinking with the,
Yeah.
I like, and I asked them, hey, have you seen the internet, right? Like, knowledge is everywhere. Hungry people are available everywhere.
Yeah.
And you have to find the right talent, and you do get great talent here, right? So you've not been able to look, don't blame the city for it, right? You've not been able to find that's your problem. That's not the city's problem. But VCs also don't understand that Ahmedabad actually has a good ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
The cost of doing business is very low, right?
Very
So
low.
you can drag your buck for a long time. So yeah,
And the business friendly environment that generally the city has, right?
of course.
Like
That,
any other tier 2 city wouldn't have this nice ecosystem.
Everything else it's business friendly, it's safe, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of women actually want to work, and they feel like a tech company is a good place to work, so from that perspective also we find really good female employees who really work hard, right? So I think in a lot of ways, being in Ahmedabad, and also honestly being in one of the largest cities, especially Bangalore, is like a bubble.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know what's happening with the rest of the country, right? While India has leapfrogged in terms of technology adoption and everything else, we are still a poor country.
Yeah.
And people in bubbles they don't know Bharat, right? And being in Ahmedabad, you're still in tune with, okay, sure, while I might live in this gated community, I know what's happening outside, right? Which is the vast majority of people, and which are the people you're selling to.
Sure.
So you have to know who they are, right? So I think that way Ahmedabad keeps you close to the ground.
What is missing if we are talking about the Ahmedabad ecosystem? What needs to be done?
A good venture ecosystem is missing. Second is professionalism in terms of everyone wants to start their own thing, right? Ahmedabad does not have a culture of working for large companies. People feel like અહીંયા મારા 2% દે ત્યાં તો 100% મારા હશે.
Local enterprising is too much.
Is too much,
Yeah.
right? Which actually prohibits growth beyond a point for companies.
It also stops big companies or companies from here to grow.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So good employee will always say, okay, Humaru, I'll start something, right? Or my dad's business is there, I will go and join that, right? So I think that is
They
there.
come to learn things for
They
2
come
years.
to learn exactly.
Yeah.
But otherwise, as venture ecosystem is lacking. Third is Gujaratis have never been good at marketing, right? We do a lot of stuff. Our B2B industries are top notch, right? B2C are not, because we need to see revenue from day zero, and marketing doesn't work that way. You need to forward invest, and Gujaratis are not very comfortable just burning money, right? So I think which is where we we actually significantly lag some of the other.
I remember one
cities.
guy told me કે સાંજ પડે balance sheet માં
જોઈએ, હા.
કિતના
નફો કેટલો થયો
આજે કેટલું થયું.
જોવું જ પડે, હા, exactly.
Even if that is neutral, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, and you're fighting against people who have 200 crores in the bank who don't care.
Yeah.
Right. So then doesn't make sense to fight that fight, right?
Yeah.
So which is why the ecosystem but on the other side, the services ecosystem is very good. So Ahmedabad, there are tons of houses that build good products for US companies and even for other companies in India. And that ecosystem is very, very mature. So you can get good tech talent. Right? That's obviously, Emma, then there are caveats because people don't have a product mindset, they have services mindset. So you need to change the mindset. But I think people, at least you find the talent. They are technically, they're sound. Yeah.
Reason could be the dollar conversion.
Yeah. I mean, see, a US client pays you $100. He is in the US, he's getting charged 200 if he wants to, or 300 if he wants to do it in the US. The guy who's getting paid 100 here, if he took out local projects, would be paid 30. So it's a win-win. Right? It makes a lot of sense, and the kind of quality that Indian coders deliver is seriously good. Right? So and language is not a barrier. A huge thing. I mean, honestly. The British did quite a lot of shit, but English was not one of them, right?
Yeah.
And they made us amenable to the entire world.
For sure.
So I think that's been really positive.